What have I told you that COVID is actually not the risk? I'm Jeff Hetherington, the profitability coach, and as many of you know, I work in the field of business coaching, but I have a particular bent and a leaning towards business continuity planning, but not the traditional type that takes 3 to 18 months to put together a plan with. I do a thing called down and dirty, BCP. And the reason I say COVID is not the threat, that when you're doing your initial risk assessment for your business, and everyone should be redoing their risk assessment now 12 months into the COVID-19 pandemic, which is becoming an endemic, you should be looking at those risks. And I was talking to some clients last week, and they all rated COVID as pretty much their number one. In fact, the Allianz Insurance Group has just put out their annual 2021 risk report. And for Australia, and for small business and large business in Australia, the top three tend to be pandemic, business interruption, and cyber. Now, the pandemic one's interesting because nearly everyone talks about COVID. But what you've got to understand is that COVID is not the risk. COVID's the umbrella. It's underneath that umbrella that the risks lie. It's all the knock-on effects that COVID has. It is the physical denial of access to your premises. It is the inability for your suppliers to supply you. It is the inability for people to generate enough cash to pay you. It is staff getting sick. It is staff losing the ability to come to work. It is the loss of knowledge when staff decide to leave or work in something safer. It is all those sorts of things. So it is really the knock-on risks of COVID that are the risk, not COVID itself. So when you're doing your planning, when you're looking at your business impact assessment, and that's where you look at a risk or a number of risks and you decide what's their impact on my business if they happen and how likely are they to come off. When you're doing your initial business impact assessment, don't fall into the trap of putting pandemic as one of those risks. You need to sit back and think about what are the effects that the pandemic, the COVID-19, actually has on my business. And I'll tell you now, the number one risk that it actually brings to your business through a multiplicity of approaches is cash. It's cash flow. So your main risk that you need to be looking at if you're thinking about COVID and knock-on effects is how do I protect my cash? And how do you protect your cash? There's a number of things to do very quickly on that. You need to control your stock levels if you sell physical products. You need to have not too much on hand, and you should be looking more and more at just-in-time delivery rather than just in case. If you have too much stock, the best bet's to put the knife through it and sell it and get rid of it to free up cash as soon as possible. If you owe people money, you should be negotiating as long a payment time as possible. And conversely, if people owe you money, you should be trying to get them to pay you as quickly as possible, even if it means offering discounts to get payment in 14 days instead of 30 days. Protecting your cash, you need to be looking now at your staff. Do you have too many staff? JobKeeper ends at the end of this month, so do you have to get rid of some staff, as sad as it may be? You need to be looking at your entire business. You need to be stepping back and rejigging your business and seeing what things have I got in terms of costs that I can reduce, and then you need to look at what business and personal assets you can maybe sell to free up some cash for your business. So COVID is not the main risk to your business. It's the knock-on effects that COVID has to your business that are the big risks. And to my thinking, the number one risk for all small to medium-sized businesses is cash flow. And there's a number of things you can and you should be doing. If you'd like a hand, DM me or click on the link in the first comments below. Love to have a chat with you to see if I can help you. Anyway, I'm Jeff Hetherington, the profitability coach. And as always, 3 things. Be well, take care, stay safe. I'll talk to you again soon.